Top of morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Sour was in My Hero Academia. So Sour is the opposite to her sister, and her sister is called Aries because she has this like silver hair, and she has horn on right side or left side. I can never tell. Right side. And the yeah, her power is forward time, or her quirk. It allows her to. It's similar to Aries, but instead of making people go younger or gets younger, she turns people to like older. Basically, like you could see a young kid turn into an adult in about 2 seconds. Yeah. But she doesn't just have a quirk. She has a ability too, called like infinity and zero. So, yeah. The infinity and zero, she can, and basically do the same thing as what Thanos can do, but instead of snapping her fingers, or I am not gonna give her just a normal one like Thanos just snaps his fingers and half of the population dies. But every time she points a finger and then snaps, the target that is on that she points to is erased from the timeline. So basically, like watered down version. So, yeah. And it is not Zuko this time, thank goodness. So, yeah. And she was born way earlier than Aries was born. Basically, let's say Aries was age of 3, or no, age of 1. She was just a newborn toddler. And her sister is at age of 4. She's all happy. She went to a quack doctor. The quack doctor tells her that she has a forward, or how do you say that? Instead of rewind time, it's forward time. It's totally opposite. And she's happy about it. With her powers and Aries, or with her quirk and her sisters, I'll just say powers, both of them could make people go younger or older. And she cares about her sister a lot. Heck, his own parents trust her with their sister, or with her own sister. Yeah. She goes, let's do a time skip to about 15. She is now 15. And, yeah. And Aries, or when Aries was only 3 years old, she told her sister that she accidentally killed off her, or their father. Yeah. As out of existence. As she starts giggling. Yeah, as you have rewind, I see. Don't worry, little sister. Because actually, her ability, she can bring people from, like, out of existence kind back into yeah. So yeah. So she meets her friends like Zuko, Zumi, and of course she is in class 1B with Rinko, that big hands girl, her, him, all the class 1B students. Because her power isn't like super flashy, but when she awakens her quirk, it's gonna be a whole different ball game. Because her power can allow her to awaken quick as a bunny. So, yeah. She can, once she infused it with her abilities, it's all over for whoever. So, yeah. So then now, after school, she comes back to because I'm skipping the ball throw, and yeah. So when she came back, and she sees her father, hers clothes, with a cup of coffee laying on the floor, as Aries was scared out of her mind. As she walks over to her, as she hugs her, trying to comfort her by saying, "It's all right. You hadn't. You're in full control of your quirk yet." And she's like tries to, like, but yeah, her sister, her sadness triggered it, and dumb luck that the forward time and rewind time kept both of them stayed that way. So she ends up, as Aries is confused on why she didn't like vanish, as she starts to giggle at her, as she says, the you and I are kind of yin and yang. The on our powers, like you could make people go back into their younger her thing, what you did with our father, mother, and I. But my powers allows me to go or takes people and turn them older. See, it's the opposite. As his sister, or no, yeah, his or her sister says, "Oh, I see. Can you teach me how to control it?" Sure. Her. As she learns to control it, as Zuko, or as the Sour, that's her name, and brought their father back to life, as, yeah, as he kept up to memories before the, like, or his daughter wiped him out of existence thing. Yeah. As whoever has a quirk and the ability are now uncommon. Commons is quirks and quirkless. Uncommon is the having the quirk and the ability. And rare or epic is having like all three of them. But there's a legendary. I'm skipping the rare, but legendary is mystery in this alternate timeline. So, yeah, she actually was born as all of them. So that makes her a one above all. Oh. Or like the overpowered character. So, yeah, then she goes off to school. Her father wants Aries to spend time with her grandpa. So then, yeah, for weeks, as they aren't separating Sour from her sister because her father understands, or their father understands that they care about each other's. And let's say a little incident happened. The grandpa was slowly dying as the overhaul took Aries. So then, yeah. So then she didn't know, or actually, so the Zuko, so let's do a time skip because I'm skipping the All for One, or no, the Heroes vs. Villains and the USJ Sports Festival. Oh, and so then after the whole year, she actually grew attracted to a. I already do have the picture of the USJ thing. Or anyway, this one. But I'm not gonna show it. So she kind of grew attracted to the I don't remember. Or to Bakugo. As Bakugo grew attracted to Sour. As they both grew closer to each other. Yeah. A man that can explode anything with a girl that can turn people into old people. Yeah. But she has it under control. As, yeah, so then the camp park, she worked on a special technique. As she focused her energy into a single ball. Like, Powerball. And when she let go, aimed right at a mountain, away from everybody, it exploded, but all the dirt and gravel, or no, all the dirt or rocks turned to gravel, then sand. As they're like, as some of them are like, man. Yeah. So plus the ores, like the ones that are like, how will I put this? You know that carbon? Yeah, carbon that goes underneath is pressed down to create pressure. And it turns to diamond. Well, with her power, she could go and grab it, and she like uses her power, and yeah, instead of making everyone go aged up, she could use it to make the that carbon thing into like a diamond. Really? As some people are like, man. So she's useful for many advantages. Yeah. But when she gets ticked off, well, I hope that, yeah. So Bakugo was not afraid to ask her out on a date. So she ends up, or so one day he was with her, like walking with her through the trees things at night. As Bakugo finally confesses his feelings to her, how he feels about her. As she didn't like, she thought he was just joking. But when he says that I'm serious and you're kind of cute, thing, though, then her face went from laughing to where you see in this one right here. As yeah, the it was as remember that diamond that she created? And well, he asked her to go on a date with him, as she agrees because as he or as she tells him that he is a perfect man for her, and yeah, and yeah, she can deal with his like attitude thing. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so basically, yeah, so then the All Might versus All for One, he got grabbed two, or actually they grabbed Sour Hour Hour 2 instead of Bakugo, as Bakugo is like all raged up. Because he wants her back in his arms. Yeah, as the it's all that stuff, as the hands over his face says, "Huh, a girl home that," and the of course they were talking about her, and yeah, because one, she doesn't understand what sometimes it means, and when Dobby, I mean, and when she woke him and she looks at all villains, and yeah, they do their things, but Dobby was being like trying to be all romantic with her, and she says this, or no, he says this to her, literally to her. Um, you, we should go on a date, as the Dobby says that, and between her, she had to literally, and she tries to like talk, uh, but she immediately get interrupted by Dobby's kiss thing right on the lips to keep her quiet. as she was kind of embarrassed because, yeah, as Toga smacks the crud out of Dobby, yeah, so then every single one, yeah, so then now they fight, eat things, hmm, hmm, they, between All Might and All For One, and All For One is about to use his, like, laser attack. But then Zuko, or not Zuko, the Sour used her power to make the entire hole underneath the All For One. As he, yeah, as the one that fell onto her before was actually not Dobby, but that hand over his face. Yeah, the hand fell off and yeah, do I have to explain it? Their mouths literally kissed each other's. Yeah. As when she woke up, she sees this villain having her mouth thing. Yeah, they're like kissing. As she used one foot to lift him off of her. As, yeah, he basically was. So she basically gets up and she felt violated. Yeah. Yeah. So then, All For One is about to use his beam attack. As Zuko, or no, as Sour rushed in. And she activated her awakening quirk. As now it's called infusion or fusion cannon. So yeah. Or not path. The future path. As she's like used it, and I don't know if I calibrated it right, but the future path can allow you to. It's basically like magic cylinder from Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, go check that card out. When she absorbed the attack right through her entire body, and when she let go, she got very close, and she blasts as All For One to the out of existence, but All For One. Oh, and I forgot. It's a destructible power that her future path allows her to like do that ninja styles too. Like, you know, that those scenes where from Naruto where they clone owns. Well, it's basically like a video game where the person made a doll version of them, and they when invisible well, she did that to him. Yeah, sorry if I'm rushing through, but yeah. So All for One was stabs, or they thought he stabbed her all the way through. Like, if you guys want me to do, or before I start finding it, do you guys want me to do a what if Deku had a power to talk to like ancient spirits thing? And like he could be like has her or like like both of them, like he could talk to spirits. And I won't make it like super dark. I wanted to keep it balanced, not the like, oh, let's have every ghost spirit haunt everybody, using his powers to make him see what he sees. Yeah. So yeah. But I try to find that. Sorry guys, I can't find the stupid image of the what Overhaul did to Zuko one. I was trying to find that example, but I can't even find it. So the Zuko, or no, so that same instance happened to her as Overhaul ripped out her heart and crushed it right in front of her. As he says, "You're powerful, but you're also a student at UA. Maybe next time you'll be a little bit more to becoming a villain instead of these pathetic heroes." As Bakugo was on his knees, as he could not believe that All for One did that to her. But he didn't know that he cloned. As as All for One was like, where were we? Ah, yes. Now she's out of the way. Now it's time for me to use my... As he sees his skin turns or evaporates. Like that or like how... Oh, sorry. Pause the video. As All for One does that. As who was one that was standing behind him, like few kilometers away, was her. She's unharmed. And she says, Don't underestimate my power, all for one. Next time you'll be smarter in your next life. As Bakugo's eyes widen, as yeah, she just took out a symbol of evil, with just her power. And yeah, so she ends up asking, or she gets asked out to go on a date thing from the camp park. But then when Zuko, or no, not Zuko, Bakugo, and her were laying in bed together. And yeah, Class B student and Class A student sleeping in the same bed is like, what the heck is going on? So, yeah. Yeah. Because All Might is good. Like, he's not dead. None of them. And then the whole fight between them. So then, now we skip to Overhaul thing. Like, let's say Mirio, Zuko, and Sarah was walking together as he sees, or as she could sense her sister is nearby, because her father told her that you need to find your sister when you're doing your hero stuff. Find your sister. I try to get the call in, but and she's not picking up. As one day, or actually, he asked, or no, he asked, or no, she asked him to, like, can I come with you to, like, do a scout out thing? And one day they were walking around, and a little girl wrapped in this cloth and has bandages with silver hair and a horn. As Sour sees her, as she could not believe it's her sister. And as she didn't like realize someone kidnapped her, as a guy that has a bird beak comes out of nowhere, as he greets her or them like, sorry, I'll take my daughter home. As that made Sour really ticked off, because she knew that he was lying to them. And she sat with her and tells her in secret that she'll be back for her. I promise. Okay? As when he like brings that You know, I'm Herman. As, yeah, he's ready to, or no, she's ready to beat the snot out of Overhaul. And then they had their meeting thing as he, or no, Sir Night Eyes tells Sarah that I know how you may probably feel inside your, and no, you're not a bad sister to, or you aren't a bad sister, okay, to Ares, okay, as she didn't understand what he means by that, but then he also told her that we will get her back. As when they were talking about, and I'll explain it in the next part 2.